Hey everybody, it's Adam from Dork Afternoon, and I'm here with these two people that you probably don't care about. But up on top, we have Ben and Dan from Pink Fohawk. So Pink Fohawk.
Did you say Hohawk?
They don't care about us.
Hold on. Should I redo that?
No, that's
No,
priceless.
we're updating their name now.
Pink Fohawk.
Pink Fohawk?
Fohawk?
It's not that many episodes to fix.
The next one comes out in 2025 anyway.
Yeah, anyway. We got plenty of time.
I mean, it's just like from this point on, they could be called that. Pink Fohawk.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we are. I'm Ben. I'm the GM of Pink Fohawk, an actual play podcast. We play Shadowrun 2nd Edition, and this is one of my players, one of my best friends.
Dan. Hey, how you doing? I was like, oh yeah, we're doing the little like Brady Bunch thing.
Breaking the walls.
Yeah, my name's Dan. I'm on Pink Fohawk. Missing is our third part, Christian, a good buddy of ours. And I played Tina on Pink Fohawk. I don't know if you guys have listened to it before, but you should check it out. We have a lot of fun, and we love these guys at Dork Day. We actually did a Halloween special with them last fall, and it was a fucking blast. And we're so pumped to be back playing some Cthulhu tonight. So I am anyway. I can't speak for Ben, but
Ben, are you pumped?
Yeah, no, this is cool. I have nothing else going on. Yeah, I was just logging outside earlier, and I just didn't have, I finished early. So. No, this is gonna be fucking fun, man. Thank you guys for inviting us back. We love you guys, so this is great to be back.
Well, anytime I have anything that's movie themed, you guys are gonna be like top of my list. In any way, movie themed.
And when you said 70s, I was like, oh
yeah. 1970,
Mama.
1970s Grindhouse style
Yes.
bikers fighting Nazi bikers. So
I
pretty.
love it.
Yeah.
now are they Nazi zombies or are they just Nazis? Do we know?
Nazi. You don't know yet. You don't know.
We don't know yet.
Oh, they say he must die. I guess I jumped to that conclusion. Sorry, buried the lead. See everybody.
You must die.
I don't know.
You just have to imagine it with like
Why did I
Nazi
think that in my
bikers
head?
must die in the
Oh,
trailer.
it's because there's a Z in Nazi, and I was thinking zombies, and I like maybe they're who knows? Maybe they're ghosts.
I mean, I think
Maybe they're
Nazi's
nothing.
just spelled with a Z, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. And zombies are a Z, so that's what I was jumping to. I thought like, oh, we're gonna battle zombie
Nazis
but I
playing
don't know.
Yahtzee zombie.
Now I'm imagining a logo of for Nazi zombies, and it's like a T. You know?
Oh yeah. With
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Anyway,
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to spell Nazi without a Z.
T and an S? I don't know.
Nazis.
like Nazis.
Nazis.
The Nazis.
That's like Brad Pitt style. I need my Nazi scalps.
Yeah, I was thinking about a Brad Pitt in Inglourious Bastards accent for tonight. I was like, how would I do pull that off? I don't know. Just all Tarantino characters across the board. Yeah.
I love that.
That's all right. I just plug in Muppets.
And beside me is my brother Jeremiah, who's on our other shows. He's on 2 Past Midnight and GM sometimes. Occasionally.
When I feel like it. Yeah.
When we want to do something exceptionally goofy.
Who's the better GM?
Brian?
This is where the rift.
No, Brian. Brian's the better GM.
Yeah, actually, that might be right. I think that's right. Adam does better horror. I do better
Adam
comedy.
is terrible.
He is terrible.
He is great because he will screw you with every little minute detail. He is methodical. It is terrible. Jeremiah is very much fly by the seat of your pants, and we are all going to just, you know what I mean, dance in the chaos. So
We're gonna get along just fine.
They're both fun in different ways, but Adam makes me sad.
I mean, our run of Delta Green wasn't sad, and we had some characters.
Well, that's what you got to do. You're supposed to make it
it
sad.
Well, I think we had fun with it.
No.
There's a difference between breaking the characters and breaking the players. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind breaking the characters. I don't want to break the players unless I'm trying to get a very like specific emotional
Unless you
response
wanna
out of the
really
player
win.
because we're doing a show. And then I'll push their buttons because I know where they are and I like to elicit certain kinds of responses.
Right.
That
Anger,
pretty much sums it up.
sadness.
Right there. That's it.
Yeah.
Sadness, more sadness.
I mean, does that not sound like the guy from Saul to anybody else but me?
No, I don't break them on my game. That's what the phone calls at night where I breathe into the receiver and then hang up.
It was episode 12 of our 2 Past Midnight show, right? Where this like captain comes in and I intentionally played this captain in such a way to like piss off Jeremy and Chris, and wasn't really sure it was going to piss Brian off in the same way, but I knew it would get Jeremy and Chris riled up because it was like I played him in a very specific way. I was like, they're not going to like this guy at all. It's going to piss them off.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened too.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it got really tense, and then bullets started flying, and it was amazing. But
I love it.
Yeah.
God, that's beautiful.
best. Yeah. Yeah. And it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. So
Monster.
Like I said, that's why I always play a Muppet.
but yeah, so
I know Adam's got his hand up my ass.
Every digit.
Silver bullet.
So as I said before, my name's Adam, and I'm going to be the keeper for this run of Call of Cthulhu for this scenario, Nazi Bikers Must Die. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys can check this out too. There's another scenario in the same book called Cold as Hell. I haven't really read all the way through that one yet, but it looks fucking cool too.
Okay.
Or Cold as Hell. And but this is actually like their 4th volume of it. And I was talking to the writers of this today and recently, and they helped me out with some maps that I needed altered for shit because, you know,
Nice.
I'm crazy sometimes. And it was fucking, and they've been super, super fucking amazing.
Let me get this straight. Do they create 2 games in every volume to keep with the Grindhouse theme?
Right. Yeah. I don't know if every volume has
for
2.
Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, these are all,
okay.
2 different scenarios for Call of Cthulhu. Yeah.
Wow, still, that's pretty cool.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
breaking your plan here, but is that like if we did like a 2 session, are we doing the Grindhouse double feature?
If we're doing 2 sessions, we'll just be doing the one is probably it. My hope is that we'll get all of this done in 2 episodes worth of
Sure. Yeah.
this, but you know, I don't know. We'll see.
And then all of our insane
I don't think that's going to
bikers.
happen.
What happens
Sign
later?
me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
I have a feeling this is going to take longer than I initially thought it was going to take.
No.
And I might have to read up on some rules for the big climactic finish of the thing because it has something in it that I don't know the rules on, and they're not in the quick start. So I have to go this weekend and go buy the keeper's manual so I can run it properly, the ending. So, but that's okay because I've been meaning to buy it anyway. And I was like, I don't know how to do that in this game. I guess I got to get another book. Damn it. It's my birthday.
Darn.
I see what you did.
Your birthday's on a day that doesn't exist.
Holy shit, Brian, I just realized. So like last time we had them on, it was your birthday and my birthday is next week. This was close.
Yep.
This was really
Really
this was
close.
really close. Yeah.
Oh.
They're just our birthday buddies. We just invite them to come
For our birthdays.
We
yeah.
pimp them out for birthdays.
And we're here for Dan's anniversary.
You're
gift,
fucking
or
welcome.
Mother's Day.
guys.
Mother's Day gift.
Mother's Day gift.
All right, so we're going to be playing Nazi Bikers Must Die, and it's a scenario written for Call of Cthulhu. The whole thing takes place in the 70s, specifically 1973, and the characters that they will be playing are bikers, not Nazi bikers, just normal bikers. So normal, quote, end quote. There is a description of the club that they belong to
Okay.
in the scenario, I don't think you guys had access to that because I might not have given you that page. I think I just gave you guys the character sheets. And this is what it says. And it's supposed to be like an excerpt from like a news. It says, The News, monthly paranormal and occult magazine, 1976. And it's talking about your guys' club, which is the Devil's Pistons is the name of it. Ooh. A small biker gang based out of Mobile, Alabama, with membership around 20 members as of 1971. Despite their few numbers, they are highly respected by most clubs and even the Big Four. And while they have been known to partake in more than a few low-down dirty gigs, there are certain lines that they will not cross. Some witnesses even reported that the Devil's Pistons scuttled a job or two in favor of helping someone in greater peril. This suggests that while the Devil's Pistons might be bastards at times, they're far from evil. This is likely why the upper echelons of the Devil's Pistons has, on occasion, been called upon to mediate disputes between rival gangs or clubs. There have been few challenges to the territory or business interests that the Devil's Pistons claim, and while some think that they're lucky, that they're just lucky, others suggest that there are otherworldly protections that bless the Pistons, allowing them to overcome impossible odds. Whatever the case, there's a little doubt that the Devil's Pistons do seem to attract more than their fair share of weird tales.
Gotcha.
So just so that you guys have like a little background on like what that club is like.
So they're like old school with a moral compass. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like good bad guys. Yeah.
I'll be playing Joe Biden tonight. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I'm not kidding around.
Make my day.
Joe Biden as Dirty Harry.
That's amazing.
Oh, shit. There we go. My chair got on my headphone cable. It was like,
Do I feel lucky?
Oh, my God.
All right.
So, as I'd said, so you guys, I sent you guys the copies of the pre-gens. So, because we're going to do this the easy way instead of the hard way, and we're just going to use pre-gens. As I said, if you guys want to, like, before we actually went live, if y'all want to change the names of the characters, I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me. A name's just, a name. So, and also the way that they're written, they're gender neutral. So if you want to play a female biker, I don't give a shit about what biker gangs were like in the 70s. You could be a female biker, and that's fine.
Gotcha.
Because they're all written with they, which I liked. I like it when they do that, and they just like, it's fine. Anybody could play this character, But there's 5 characters, so one of the pre-gens isn't going to get used. So there you go.
Right.
But
they all look rad too.
They do.
They do. So one of them is let's see, where do we start? Major Tom.
Are we rolling for these? How are we doing this, Adam?
As far as I'm concerned, y'all can pick, and you guys are the guests, so you guys can pick first. Fuck these guys.
Heavy shit, guys. Heavy shit. Ben, I'm gonna nod to you because I, as in all things in life, I trust you. So lead the way, man.
This.
Take your pick.
Watch him curse me out when I pick what he wants.
Do your worst.
Oh man, how sold were you, Brian, on Ragged Ass Raleigh? Because I was really eyeballing that one. But if you want that one, I'll switch.
Oh no. You pick whatever you want.
I'm gonna go with Ragged Ass Raleigh.
You got that good bass voice, man. Do it to it.
Yes.
You going ragged ass.
I'm going ragged ass.
All right. Okay. So I was kind of wavering, which I don't know which it is. Don't worry. We'll cut it.
Waffling.
Don't tell me what I'll cut.
Dang.
Waffling? Yeah.
Dang.
Now you can now if you want, you can roll a D4.
I was kind of going back and forth between the rabbi and Cola the con man. You know what? I think I'm gonna do.
He's like, do I want to get canceled?
Listen, you're right about that. I think I'm gonna do Cola. So I'm gonna play Cola and then rename him probably. So he's the special courier ex-con man. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'm going to name my guy Cola. You're not going Cola. I'm going to rename my guy Cola. No, I'm just kidding. It's like the coolest name ever. It's so funny.
All right. I think that weirdly, the only character that I think you really should not be able to rename like 100% would be Major Tom, because like in his backstory, there's like reasons why,
That's cool.
Yes. No, as we were talking about before, like I thought that rabbi character would be really fun to play, but I know nothing about Judaism, so like I feel like I'd try to lean in too hard to some shit and get burned. So I'm going to stay away from that.
That was sensitive of you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it is ex-clergy. Yeah.
Thank you for not canceling us, Dan.
I was going to do a Steve Buscemi rabbi, but that's not going to happen tonight. So.
It's probably for the best.
An Italian rabbi.
I mean, Jeremiah, between you and Brian, who do you, it's between you all.
Alphabetical. Brian, you go first.
No, you go ahead. You pick.
I was going to roll for it.
All right, do it then.
All right, so what's left? We got Major Tom, Rabbi, and Hauler?
Hauler, yep.
Yep.
All right.
Hauler, Hauler, not like holla. Hauler.
I ain't no holler back, girl.
Not going to make you holler.
Also, not to be confused with like in West Virginia, a holler, totally different.
So I'm going to get us canceled. I'm Rabbi.
Yeah. That's a good call.
I love it.
Dude, just do a New York accent. You're fine. It'll be okay.
It says clergy. It doesn't say
That's fine.
what kind.
Yeah, you could go with whatever, man. I don't care. They're in Mobile. You could do a Southern accent, Rabbi, as far as I'm concerned. That'd be kind of amazing.
That's true.
He went as far away as he could.
They just call him Rabbi.
That ex-clergy rabbi. Yeah.
It does say ex-clergy, but I mean, whatever.
But maybe they're the culturally insensitive, joking ones, and he's not really.
Maybe he's not
Jewish
actually
at
a
all.
rabbi.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Are we those types?
I mean,
what we're role-playing to be?
that's up to y'all
Off
on how you want to
topic,
go with it.
Ben and I had a one-eyed guidance counselor in high school who called my Lutheran pastor rabbi, which was like our version of Iowa, culturally insensitive to other religions, kind of disrespect in a loving way. So do your worst, man.
His head got run over by a tractor.
It did, and that should be your character's backstory.
Before or after he lost the eye?
That's how he lost the eye. That's before.
Oh, that's
brutal.
terrible.
It's terrible. Let's have fun. What do you say? They ripped his face off. They had to sew it back on. Let's have fun.
Wow. Wow.
Straight into the horror already.
Yeah,
Brian,
exactly. Cthulhu.
where are you going on this? Holler or
No, I'm going to grab
Major Tom?
Hauler.
So no one's playing Major Tom. Okay.
Nope, Major Tom is.
We need it. Let me
Well,
ask
you had
Adam.
a favorite, Adam.
Yeah,
we need a
ground
Major
control
Tom?
was not for Major Tom.
There's specifically a thing in like his like backstory where like he hates it when people make references to the song Major Tom.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
like it's a
Like he named his motorcycle the Tin Can. He floated in the
Major
Tin
Tom
Can.
is now an NPC, everybody. Let's do it to it.
Yeah.
No, he's not with you. He's
Damn.
elsewhere. He had to go to a funeral.
I feel
he
like
went to I don't know
Too bad.
somewhere.
We really needed Kurt Russell in this iteration of this game, and we just lost him. So
Yeah, he's playing Major Tom, and he's in Florida right now. That's
Yeah.
where he's at. So,
Wow.
headed east.
yep. All right, so that is just so I can keep everybody straight. So, Ben, you're playing. Sorry, I should have been
Ragged
writing
ass Raleigh.
Ragged.
Dan, you're playing who again?
I'm playing Cola, but I think his name's
Cola.
going to be Pabst, like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
I wanted to pick a
different
word that's like the
beverage.
hardest word for me to pronounce.
Pabst.
I don't know how easy it is for you guys, but
Pabst.
Pabst
Different
is like, it
carbonated beverage.
doesn't roll off the tongue, if you know what I mean.
Pabst.
You do it really well, Adam. That was really
Pabst
nice.
Schmear.
That was
I've ordered it
Pabst, man.
many times. A lot of times.
a lot of times.
Jeremiah, you are playing Rabbi,
That is correct.
and Brian, you are playing Hauler. Right?
That is right.
Nice.
That's right.
Dialed in.
Is Holler. All right.
Home.
All right. Now
Where
this
you're-
is going to be something just for my own use later on. Don't worry too much about it.
Okay.
What's your Dex, Dan? What's or Ben? Actually, we'll go with Ben first. What's Raggedy? And I'm sorry,
Raggedy ragged ass Raleigh.
Ragged Ass Raleigh. What's
Dex
his
is 40.
Dex? 40. Okay, Pabst.
80.
80. All right. Rabbi?
30.
30. And Holler?
Dex is 45.
45. All right, cool. They're all different numbers. The reason why is because if we end up in combat, that's literally like the highest goes first and it works its way down. So it'll be easier if I have everyone's Dex like ahead of time, because then I could just be like, all right, that's the order they're going to go in.
I'm just happy it wasn't our feet this time. This is for my own personal use. I need every picture of every feet.
That was weird, right? It was weird when that happened.
Them's the rules.
I have a story about that. I'll tell that not on the air.
If we have a story about that, he won't let us tell it on the air.
All right, so this is where we're going to... I think we're like a movie, like if this was a movie, right? The opening shot of this, there would be a song playing, like some sort of like 1970s, early 70s hard rock song, right?
Yeah.
So what song do we think that would be? Anybody?
Oh, man.
The Pusher by Stephen.
Fuck yeah.
The opening from Easy Rider? All right, yeah, that's fine.
Wait,
That'll work. Sure, why not? All right.
I said,
so,
goddamn.
So the Pusher from Steppenwolf is playing, and we see these 4 bikers going down the highway. It's fucking flat terrain, and there's grass. It's not quite desert, but there's also a lot of dirt because they're in like the panhandle area of Texas, headed towards Lubbock. And we see these 4 bikers. We'll start with who wants to go first to describe what your motorcycle looks like.
Oh, shit. I hadn't even thought about that.
Right. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Jeremy? I know I warned you, so you might have had time to think about this.
I did have time to think about it. And as soon as you said what it was, I already had the image.
Go ahead.
So it is yellow, bright yellow. And on the side of the tank is Yosemite Sam
Hell yeah,
with 2 pistols.
Nice.
On the side of the rabbi's motorcycle. I love it.
Yosemite
I
Sam.
love it. Who wants to go next?
I'll take the next one.
All right. And I'm not even going to make you get too specific on handlebars or like what the sissy bar looks like, or if there's,
No.
Brian.
Coming from a family of bikers, it is definitely it's got the tall back seat, the ape hangers.
Yep.
But the hauler is an ex-trucker. So he's got like his piping comes up along the side like in a vertical fashion. And he's got like a vertical stack on it. And then he's actually got it's very much like a rat bike. It's something that he's kind of built himself, it pieced in part together. So it's a lot of like rust and gray, and kind of looks like something that you would see in like a Mad Max kind of style.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, I
I
like
love
it.
that.
Well,
I love
like
rat
it.
bikes. Those are great. Ben or Dan?
Yeah, I took the liberty of looking something up while we were all talking. So, I mean, I don't want to get too much. We don't get into our characters yet, but Ragged Ass Raleigh is a veterinarian, so he made good money, or makes good money. I'm not sure if he's retired yet or not. I'll figure that out. But he has a BMW R90S, 1973 model, burnt orange. It's a nice, sleek little compact bike he's riding with you guys, and he's a big fucking mass, but he's a neat guy. He's very clean and very precise, and it's an expensive bike he's running next to all of you.
I also like how canonically, like most motorcycle clubs in the U.S. Like it's kind of a requirement that it's a U.S. made bike, and here's the BMW.
He's kind of new to the club. He's a little bit new to the club.
That's awesome. Like, and sometimes it's even like Harley. It has to be a fucking Harley.
It has to be. Yeah, exactly.
Canonically, we're going to say Devil's Pistons don't work that way. That's fine. They're like, this guy's on a BMW, whatever. He's
They
fine.
don't. They don't. And they don't all ride the same bike, and they don't all ride the same brand. They're just eclectic.
I'm just waiting for. Anyway, Dan.
Yeah. So Pabst is riding a 1934 Indian, and it's red. And this is we talked about this before, but it's like a bobber. It's not made for like long distance trips. This thing, it's got fenders on the front and back, and he's kind of got some swagger. I want to say he flows a little bit different, and he's got kind of how I would describe like a shag carpet is the seat of his motorcycle. And he's got some leather tassels coming off the handlebars, and like no windshield on the front of it. He's the kind of dude who like rocks like just like a skull helmet, like very minimal. And then he's got like aviator leather glasses on. Like that's how
Sick.
he rocks when he rides. So he's just catching bugs in the face in the panhandle of Texas as he's ripping down, but he makes it look good.
What's our group name again?
Devil's Pistons.
Devil's Pistons.
Yeah.
We all look crazy.
Devil's
All right. I mean,
Pistons.
we haven't even described what the bikers themselves look like. Do you guys want to do that? So now we pan up from the motorcycles, and the first one we actually see is Pabst, and then it kind of pans back through in that same order, but in like a circular reverse. So then we'll go back to Ragged Ass Raleigh. What does he look like? They?
Oh, I see. Yeah. So Ragged Ass Raleigh is huge, massive. As we pull back over to the bike, you pan up from this like sleek little bike and pan up, and he's just massive on this fucking thing, hulked over. He has a helmet on. He's safe. It's nothing fancy, really. It's just for safety, nothing too sleek. The bike he put money into, but the helmet's just for safety. But if he were to remove it, he is completely bald except for a ring of hair that he has tied back into a ponytail. He has blue eyes and tan skin. He's very foreboding physically. But he is an ex-veterinarian, and he's very delicate, soft hands. He was a surgeon, and he is just a very persnickety and neat person when you get to meet him. And he's actually kind of the more level-headed in the group. That's Raleigh, Ragged Ass Raleigh.
I love it. Hauler. What does Hauler look like, Brian?
Oh, dang, Hauler is short. He's fairly stout. He's overweight. He's dark hair, hazel eyes, and a lot of tattoos. They wear jeans and heavy work boots. Spent a lot of his time on the open road, meeting a lot of people, learning a lot of things the hard way. He wears a denim jacket with a fur collar.
Oh hell yeah!
Fur collar for the man named Holler.
Yep.
You would question if Holler has taken a bath in a while. He is more worried about getting to the destination than he is about his appearance.
Obviously. I mean, yeah. It's bikers in the 70s. That should be the case.
Yeah.
Jeremiah?
Rabbi is a small guy. He's got mousy brown hair. Some of it's tied back in a ponytail. He's got dark eyes, and he wears round silver rimmed glasses. And when he rides, he doesn't have a helmet on at all. He generally wears a black t-shirt and a leather vest and some high leather boots. But he just likes to feel the wind in his hair and puts his faith in the Almighty. And he has no tattoos.
None.
Which is has
Temple.
0 tattoos, which is unusual for the rest of them, I presume.
Wow.
But also that way he can get buried in a Jewish cemetery.
Yeah,
Good.
body is the
I
temple.
like
Yeah,
it. I
totally.
like it.
That was intentional. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm imagining my dad. The Raleigh's helmet looks almost like the helmet from Spaceballs. My dad actually had one of these from the 70s. It was just literally like a cue ball, and it had like a little shield in the front. Just to protect the sun. That's his helmet.
Not at all like a penis head at all.
No, not at all. Oh man!
And then, so that same shot, then we'd see the 4 bikes like down the road, right? And we would cut to we see one of them. They're all pulled off on the side of the road. In the background, we can see 3 of them, and one of them's standing there on the phone. Which one of you do you think would be on the phone? What you're doing right now is calling your like a not a broker, a broker, someone that like gets jobs for you guys. So you guys are headed to Las Vegas, or like headed out west, and you have this broker named Rackham that usually has jobs for you guys. So you guys decide you're going to call him up and see if he has anything for you, so you can make some money.
I would lobby that it's probably our smartest person, which I think
or our con man.
Ben's character. I was thinking that too, but I don't want to take the lead.
I feel like you're slicker with words. Probably.
Well, since I haven't described myself yet, because Adam fucked up, I'm going to go ahead
I thought you did describe yourself.
Well, I described my bike. I got a little nostalgia.
Yeah, you did skip the person. You skipped the person.
But
this is his moment.
Well, he was talking about bugs hitting him in the face and stuff, and I was like, well, if we have that shot, then it transitions to. I think I imagined the bug was like.
Paps is on the phone. Paps is on the phone.
The bug juice.
And Paps is sitting there. He pulls over. You said they pulled over. Is that right?
Yeah. So we would see him. There's a phone.
Yeah, there's no 1973 cell phone.
1973, no cell phones.
He pulled his Indian 1934 up next to it, and he's still wearing all his gear. Get up, and just in case you were wondering, Pabst is a short, wiry, and athletic build type. He's got some blonde hair and piercing green eyes, generally very attractive. If I were to be reading directly from a sheet. And he's got some real tight, like just skin tight, hug in the flesh, denim jeans, a white T-shirt, and just a denim vest. With just with the Devil's Pistons? What's the bike called?
Yeah. They
Devil's
would all have
Pistons
the cut on the back. They would have their patch that would look like this.
He's rocking on that on the back, but it's just a denim vest, and he's got some leather frills on it, and his helmet size. Since I did look it up here, he's got the aviator goggles, like I said, but he wears it's a helmet, but it's kind of like a 1920s like football helmet. You know, it's just made out of leather. Like that's all it is, and with like some padding on it, almost as if it was like a Lutkot German style leather motorcycle half helmet for adults, men, women. And as I just looked up on Amazon, so that's what he's rocking, and he's on
$59.99.
He's on the
we
phone.
Should be here by Friday.
Yeah. And of course, there are no cell phones in 1970s, so he's on the payphone.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we hear a man on the other side of the line, and it's that broker that I was talking about, this guy Rackham. And you guys have actually worked for him before, and this is just for your own, knowledge. You guys have a long history with him, and he's always treated you guys fairly and paid you well. So there's not really any reason to be like, this guy's a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, all right. So we hear him on the other side of the phone. He's like, man, I'm glad to hear from you boys. I have a buyer who needs a musty skinback. Now, skinback is a slang for an occult book, basically, to let you know.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Fuck yeah.
I'm letting you know because it's a footnote.
I got like a whole bookshelf full
We're
of
hip
them.
with it.
Right.
Yeah, we're hip.
So I have a buyer who needs a musty skinback from some dealer in Dexter, New Mexico. That's a town just south of Roswell. The dealer has been, shall we say, resistant to offers. I figure you boys should be able to strong arm this guy, into seeing the error of his ways, let's say. And it's in his best interest to sell the book. I can wire the money to him as soon as he agrees to the sale. The book is some like, I don't know, man, like 8th century Sumerian transcript called like the Ashuna rubbings or something like that. I don't know. And the client said that money is no object, and I don't have an address to the store, but it's called Ostrander's Books. And I figure if you fellas should have any problems tracking it down, you shouldn't have any problems tracking it down. Yeah, it's a small little town, so. Oh, and you should know that there might be other runners on this, so watch your asses. You'll get your usual cut off of this, but I'll be straight with you. This is a solid gold midnight run here. My grandmother could do this job. Just lean on the bookworm until he bends and bring the skin back with you to Vegas. And if it turns into another Alamo, don't bug out. I'll keep the man off your backs as usual. This client's got deep fucking pockets, right? So I've got you covered.
Yeah, that all sounds great. How's Jenny doing?
Jenny? Oh, she's fine. She's she's been a little ill lately, and so
Yeah, but how's she looking? She's feeling good.
She looks like she has a stomach flu. She's got a stomach bug. She's a little green. Her complexion's a little green right now.
That's disappointing. Well, tell you what, you give her my best, all right?
Right, yeah.
So we're headed to New Mexico, you said?
Yeah, New Mexico, yeah. I can give you directions to the town, Dexter. Like I said, it's just south of Roswell, so we come in,
Yeah, so that's generally west and then south, is how I take it.
Yeah, I mean, if you head south from Lubbock, where y'all are, right? Y'all are in Lubbock. If you head like southwest, you can cut straight over and then head just like a little bit northwest, and you'll end up right in Lubbock or right in Dexter.
That makes sense. And when you said panhandle of Texas, I figured, since I'm not familiar with Texas, that would be the east side of Texas. But obviously, we're on the west side of Texas, which is the panhandle of Texas, and then we're going to head south from there.
It's that top little square.
The top little square part, which is obviously a panhandle. Got it. Well, I'll tell the guys, and we'll head that way.
Yeah, they only call it a panhandle because of the Oklahoma has the actual panhandle right above that piece.
Makes
and they don't want to be left out.
Makes perfect sense. If you want to get any more geographic conversations, we can totally do that. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and lean on that bookworm just like you told me to, and I'll pass it on to the guys.
That'd be great. And also, I mean, like, my Texas knowledge isn't great. I'm in Las Vegas, so, I'm only, like, iffy on that. Yeah.
Obviously.
But I think that's the panhandle. That's where Lubbock is where y'all are. I heard they had a tornado went through near there recently.
As will happen.
Just north
hey,
of there,
let me
Plainview.
ask you a question here. What's the heat on this? Any competition in this area? Are we the
like
only?
I said, there's the
we
word
only
is that
ones in
there's
pursuit.
the word is that there might be some other runners on it, some other people looking for it. So that's all I know. I've just heard some talk. So
And what's the
nobody's
price
specific.
tag we're
though.
starting at? What's the price tag we're starting at on the ask?
I mean,
I
It's
haven't done the
he gives you a
calculations for adjustment of reverse inflation for 1970 America, but I just want to have an idea of where we're starting with the low ball.
I mean, it's not so much a low ball as like this is the number, and get him to agree to that number.
Which is?
X number. I don't know. It's not written in the scenario.
Got it. So open-ended. That's how I like to play
It's
it.
a certain number of dollars.
Gotcha. $3.75 for this rare tome
Money.
of history and magic.
$3.50.
Got
That's
it.
Yeah. All right.
It's
So
$1,000.
$1 million. But yeah, so then you hang up the phone, I guess,
Click.
unless you want to keep chatting with him about Jenny.
Click.
Raleigh is off on the side of the road. He's put his dust cover on his bike already, just to set it on. Even if they're just sitting by for like about 15 minutes, there's cars going by, could get his bike dusty. So he's got a cover on it already. He's just fastening it. So did you
Yeah.
get Did you get the details?
Yeah. Sounds like we're headed somewhere in the Panhandle, south of there. We're headed to New Mexico, south of Roswell. I already kind of forgot the area, but I'll give him a call later and we'll find
Dexter.
it out. Dexter sounds about like where we're headed. Dexter, New Mexico.
Maybe you had the wrong person on the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any of those road atlases of New Mexico there? Sorry, what's your name again, Ben? What are you playing? You going straight off the sheet?
I'm ragged ass Raleigh.
Ragged ass Raleigh. It's how
Ragged ass Raleigh.
Okay, gotcha.
I may have one of them. Yeah, let me take a look.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a road atlas of southern New Mexico.
You said Dexter?
Dexter, New Mexico.
I ain't never been to Dexter. You been to Dexter?
You
Rabbi?
spend some time you spend some time looking in southern New Mexico and realize it's like kind of farther up north.
It's a
Oh,
little
shit,
bit
that's
further.
a long ways. You been to Dexter, Rabbi?
No, but I think if we go across 40, we ought to be able to hit Roswell, and we should head south from there.
Wow, that's exactly what this map says.
It's almost like Jeremy's driven that route before.
Roswell, isn't that a spooky area?
Oh, they said that aliens were over there, but
What's
who
the-
knows?
What's the church think about aliens, Rabbi?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I mean, you could get into it either way, and sometimes, maybe it's just angels. People are confusing it with science.
Oh, that's beautiful. Tell me more about the angels, Rabbi.
About the angels? If you'd seen them, you'd be horrified. Just rings upon rings with several eyes and wings. You read from the Bible. That's some crazy shit, man.
I'll make sure to avoid it.
I'm sorry, Torah.
I was about to say Torah. Yeah.
Torah.
Sounds like we're talking some Old Testament here.
Oh, yeah. Fire and brimstone.
All right, so we see them riding back down the highway, headed west on 40 towards
I'm
Roswell.
snapping my dust cover, folding it back up.
As they're riding down the road.
Saddlebag.
And so we see them headed down the highway, and they're coming in coming in from the north of Dexter, coming out of Roswell. And as you guys are pulling into town, you start noticing, like, you'd filled up a little while ago, but I mean, it's been a bit, and your tanks are starting to get close to E on all y'all's bikes. And you see up ahead, you see a place called Kowalski's Grub and Gas. So you can see like the sign for a gas station. It's kind of like in the middle of town. And actually, I can show you on a map.
Did we stop at the McDonald's that looks like a UFO?
Did that exist in 1973?
I don't know.
It might have.
I bet you it did.
I mean, we better have.
Probably would have went to crime.
I mean, if I didn't get to stop at the UFO, I'm going to be very upset.
But yeah, so you did. You stopped for
Fast
burgers.
forward. Holler is very upset.
Flashback to them at the UFO McDonald's eating cheeseburgers, Big Macs.
They cost
Fast
13
forward.
cents a piece.
Yeah.
Damn, that got more expensive.
For some reason, you didn't get gas in Roswell. I don't know why. But you come rolling into Dexter, and this would be the highway you'd be coming in on, and you actually can see the sign down the road a little ways for Kowalski's Gas and Grub.
Okay.
So, kind of, you guys pull up into there, and what are you guys
Let the
gonna?
dust settle as we roll up.
What do we see? What's the setting here at the gas station? Who do we see around?
I mean, there's not really anyone around, and it's kind of one of those. I mean, it's old fucking gas pumps, right? Like with the like ticker fucking, because there's no digital gas pumps at this time, so you have the old like ticker pumps. And as you guys come pulling up, this gentleman comes walking out. He's kind of looking at you. He's kind of wiping his hands just because 4 motorcycles just pulled up, and also in this time, people weren't necessarily friendly towards motorcyclists riding in large groups with specific patches on their clothing. And yeah, so he's kind of giving you guys like the suspicious look, basically. And you guys are sitting there. You've been pulled up to the pump, but like in the background, you actually can hear some other bikes, but they're coming in from the south. You hear like the distant rumbling of other motorcycles pulling up, and they come pulling into the same gas station, and there's 7 of them, right? So you see this group of 7 other bikers. One of them is this like big burly guy, and none of them are wearing helmets, right? Like they're all, bare bones fucking dressed. The one guy you see, he's bald and he's got like this really long beard and like this big gray handlebar mustache. But the thing you really notice about these bikers is you start noticing like neo-Nazi paraphernalia and like symbols all over. Like they have swastikas and it's just like out. You know what I mean? Like they're not trying to conceal it at all. Like they've got this shit like all over him, like the Iron Cross and like all that shit, right? And so the guy with the bald and like big beard, you see another guy that's wearing like a cowboy hat. There's this other guy that seems like he's pretty tall and like a good looking guy. You see one of the bikes, there's this woman on it, this blonde woman in like this leather, like all leather, like jumpsuit, basically like a complete just like leather, like cat suit, for lack of a better term, word.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm missing somebody. And the other person, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that was 4 of them. But these are the 4 people that you see. This is what they would look like.
Gilf.
And there's also 3 other guys that are with them, but they're all kind of dressed like just average bikers. Like they fit in with them, but they don't necessarily seem to stand out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's nice to be able to throw an image up. It's like, this is what these 4 bikers look like, basically.
Yeah.
And they pull up and they kind of pull off to the side, like the other side of the gas station from y'all.
Yeah.
And like you're between them and the building part of the gas station.
This is the place we're supposed to go to pick up the book, correct? This is
this town.
This
Yes.
town.
Yeah.
Yes. It's somewhere in this town, but you don't have the address for Ostrander's bookstore yet.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But so as these other these other bikes pull up, 2 of the guys, you hear them like talking back and forth to each other. And it's the one guy in the cowboy hat and then the other taller guy. You see them get up off their bikes, and the rest of them are sitting there still on their bikes, and they start walking towards the gas station. You hear them arguing with each other. The one guy in the cowboy hat saying to the other one, he's like, "Fucking menthols. Why the hell do you smoke those goddamn things?" He's like, "I like them, man. They're fucking smooth, fucking refined. Not this bullshit chaw you keep shoving in your mouth." He's like, "Fuck you, Skiv." And then he like pushes them, but this is like as they're walking by you guys, and he pushes them, and he pushes them into Brian, your character. Like he hits you when he gets pushed, and he's like, "Watch where you're fucking going."
Holler's kind of used to being in these, different bars and different galas and things. In as they are coming in, he takes and dips a rag in the windshield wiper fluid bin there and kind of wipes his face off, digs a June bug out of his belly button, and because his shirt doesn't quite fit right, and listen here, friends, if y'all got a squabble, how about you don't just involve old Holler here, okay?
I'm just saying you should watch where you're fucking going, man. And he roll me a what am I looking for? It's like the perception one. Spot hidden, Brian. Roll your spot hidden because you're close enough to this guy.
Where the heck's that at?
It's alphabetical order, I believe, on the sheets.
All the way down to the bottom of the skills.
What if you don't have it?
Then,
okay, gotcha.
Is it
like at all?
Default to 5? I don't have it at all.
Oh, then you just don't have spot hidden.
All right, I got a 37 at a 55.
Okay. Oh, here's another thing. So I haven't even gone into this. For those who may not know, Call of Cthulhu is a percentile-based game. It's roll under. Now, it's also important what your number is. So, because there's such a thing as a hard success and an extreme success. Sometimes a certain thing might require a different level of success. A normal success is underneath your skill. A hard success is underneath half of your skill number. And then an extreme success is underneath 1/5 of your skill. So, Brian, you said it's 55? Your normal skill?
Yes, 55,
Okay.
and I got a 37.
All right. So that would be a normal success,
regular
basically.
success.
Right. Not a hard one or an extreme one. All right. But when that guy bumped into you, you noticed that there's like this bulge underneath his jacket, right? And when I say bulge, I mean it's like in his chest, right?
Spot
Brian,
hidden.
and you actually see that it's like the handle of a Bowie knife, like stuck in his chest. And you can see like these leather straps that are like holding it in place. But it looks like there's like literally a Bowie knife like stuck in this guy's chest.
Embedded in.
Yes. Yes, like all the way to the hilt. Like just in this guy's chest. And the way he seems to walk and stuff, it doesn't seem like he's trying to hide it. And based upon the way the leather straps are, it kind of looks like they're there to hold it in place.
Okay. Interesting.
Fun.
That's pretty
And,
fucked up.
So anyway, this guy's like, whatever, man. And they start to go into the gas station. And
Raleigh walks up to Holler. You all right, Holler? I got a little tense.
Oh, calm down, man.
Raleigh's
Ain't like I've
huge,
been-
too.
Ain't like I ain't been bumped into before.
All right, just checking. You looked like he wasn't very kind to you.
quick question. Before you guys keep going, I just want to know one thing. Who has the best listen score? What do you guys each have for listen?
Listen.
45.
I
Raleigh.
don't see it. up there.
35.
60.
Oh, he's Rabbi.
I'm a good listener.
You are. You might not have it, Colin, man. You might just be a
I don't
talker.
see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, you may not
It
have
should
it.
be if it's
That's
anywhere,
fine.
it's down in your skills. So
Yep.
Yep.
Don't have it.
So, Jeremy, yours was the best?
60. Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and roll it for me.
Okay. I got an 2.
You got a 2. So you got
that's
an
an
extreme
extreme.
They went
success on
hard
this.
success.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
engorged success.
Engorged.
All right, so you noticed as like that guy that had the knife stuck in his chest. By the way, you can see on their like cuts, right? That actually has like their name tags. That guy says Skyver. The one who has the cowboy hat on, it says Larry the Boot. And you notice that the bald guy, his name's Gestapo, right? And the woman that's there with the blonde hair, her name's Harrow, Harrow. And you can see just because their names are
Guys,
like, little
like,
tags.
I
on
don't
it.
know what this game wants us to do, but I just feel like these guys must die.
I'm getting that feeling.
So, Jeremy, you actually, as the guy Skyver was walking into the gas station, because that's the guy that actually bumped into Brian's character, you kind of heard him like he looked back and he was like, he says, "Boot, Gestapo. I don't want no trouble." And you see at that point, you see the guy named Gestapo kind of like looks over at the woman, and she hops on the back of one of the other bikes with one of the other guys, and a couple of them head off down the road.
There's a few left behind though.
Yeah,
in the actual gas station.
Yeah,
They
so
went in, right? They were going to get
basically
mental.
4 of them are left, and 3 of them went down the road.
Okay.
So now, what are you guys doing? Sorry, Brian got up and walked away. We haven't even made it to the pee break yet, Brian.
I know. He couldn't hold it.
It happens to the best of us.
He probably took his phone with him too, so he's probably watching all this.
That's why we
you
got
guys
our
can-
pink faux hawk branded depends on.
If you were paying attention, you'd see Pap's knuckles turning white. He's still filling up the tank on his Indian, and he's just gripping down on that handle of the spigot and just gritting his teeth, watching these two guys walk into the convenience store there. And he doesn't even pay attention whether or not he filled up or not. He puts that thing back in, clicks it, and he just starts sauntering inside behind him. They did walk in, right?
Yeah. The two of them walked into the gas station.
Yeah, Pabst is...
hold on, Paps.
No. Pabst is beyond earshot already.
Well, Raleigh runs up. He has a page out of the local newspaper he picked up, and he found a coupon. And he just rips it out and says, "This will take 10 cents off the gallon." and he walks away. He leaves you to
10
it.
cents? Holy shit.
That's like
probably cost 10 cents
It
a
was
gallon.
worth stopping it. That's what I'm trying to say. The urgency.
This was like
tank.
late
That's a free
70s.
tank right there. Yeah.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, man. Free gas.
Thank
Pabst,
you, Rag.
hold on. They, you're not taking to them too well, are you?
I was just going inside to see what I might find.
All right. I'll head on in with you. Let me put this book up.
And you can still see the other two bikers sitting there, and one of them's the guy Gestapo, and he's just kind of sitting on his bike, and he's got his arms crossed. He's got those sunglasses on, and he's just like looking in your guys' direction, just like watching y'all.
Rabbi gets halfway to the door, looks at him, and says, "Shalom."
He doesn't even look like he responds at all, like doesn't flinch.
That's fine.
Just, and you get a good look at him, and at that point you realize, like, this guy looks big and fucking bulky, right? But like when you look back at him and say shalom, you get kind of a look at his face, and you're like, holy shit, that guy's like 70, right? But he's just massive. But he looks like his face looks like he's like 70 years old.
Well, the other dude has a knife in his chest, so, I mean...
Did we all see that, or was that just Holler? That was probably just Holler.
It was probably just Holler, yeah. He bumped into him, and that was kind of like, what the fuck?
So the other guys are like just sitting out at the pump?
Yeah, well, they're sitting on their bikes because you guys were at the pump.
Right,
and
but
waiting.
they're just sitting out at the other side of the pump?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Like,
well, Holler still sitting on his bike as it's fueling up. He's going to start talking to because they came in from the south, right?
yeah, they came in from the south.
Y'all definitely came in the wrong way. You should have come from the other way. You missed Roswell. Man, actual aliens crash landed in Roswell and y'all missed it. Y'all should have come through there and seen. I mean, the McDonald's is a UFO. So you should have come from the north end. I don't know who is running your map, but you may want to talk to them about this. But the next, when you're leaving here, you should definitely head north and go to Roswell, because you are missing out on American history with this alien landing. Because see, I come from out east where we've got the Bigfoot and we've got the Mothman. But out this way,
we cut to inside the gas station. Because if I don't, it's gonna just keep going.
It's just going to keep going. I'm a fan of Holler. I dig it.
I do too. I do. That's nice work. Paps just dinged through the literal bell on a coil mounted on the door as he walks into the convenience store, and just drops down his. He doesn't have sunglasses on. He just has the leather aviator actual goggles. He's still wearing his helmet on his head, and he just kind of pulls them up, and he's just kind of he's kind of mirroring, he's shadow catting these guys in the adjacent aisle. Wherever they're shopping, he's shopping right, just kind of keep an eye on them over the top and listening to their conversation just for a moment. What's he hear?
With no listen skill.
Roll me a listen.
I don't have a listen, goddammit.
I'm with him, though.
You are.
Okay.
You are.
Jeremy, roll a
Good
listen.
listener.
Then.
Rabbi's with me. What you hear, Rabbi?
36. So not a hard success, but still a success.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just hear them. They're still just like, it sounds like they're just giving each other shit at this point. Like, I mean, and anybody would be able to hear this. They're just like still like they're literally at this point like going up to the cash register and they're paying for the like the one guy's buying the menthol cigarettes, the guy Skyver, and the other guy Larry the boot is buying chewing tobacco. He's getting like Red Man chewing tobacco, and Larry's giving Skyver shit about, menthol cigarettes, basically. So that's kind of what they're talking about. And it sounds like they're talking about the ride and just in general. And it doesn't seem like anything specific at this point.
Okay. You said they're up at the cash register already?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they're buying some menthols.
Menthols and chewing tobacco.
And is this like I don't know 1970? Is it behind the counter or is it like on the counter? Because I know
behind
like now.
The counter.
Oh, God. Okay.
I mean, it might be on the counter, actually.
Okay.
1970, I wasn't even born yet, so I don't know.
I'm going to say the menthols are right there on the counter. And
they're right beside the kids' candy.
Right beside the kids. Yeah. Right by, right by the Big League Chew. And,
right.
And,
so that you can, the menthol cigarettes are right beside the like fake candy Lucky Strike cigarettes. So that just in case they get them mixed up.
I'm going to say Pabst intentionally reaches out and kind of watches this guy reach out for some menthols and reaches for the same menthol package and just their hands touch each other as they both reach for the same menthols at the same time.
All right. And he his hand kind of stops and he looks over and he's like, "Can I help you?"
Well, I guess that depends on what you're offering.
I mean, you're not really my type, but I could be persuaded.
Pabst just kind of smirks and says,
"Boom," and he like blows you a kiss. And he like blows you a kiss. He goes like
lucky
that.
For you, I don't have a type. Where are you boys headed, by the way?
Just headed through town. That's all.
Can I? Is there anything I can roll? I've never played Cthulhu before. To see if I can see if he's telling me the truth here.
Let's see. What skills do you have? Something.
I've got psychology. I've got
sure. Psychology will work. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll. Well, that ain't good. That's a 95.
You think that he's hitting on you? Like,
okay.
It seems like he's trying to hit on you. Yeah. Like you think he wants some of that sweet, road ass.
Yeah.
Pabst ass.
I guess that depends on whether or not I'm into it too, but I've already got my own motivations here. So I say, God damn it. That threw me for a loop there. Cause I asked
he's
him
very attractive, by the way.
He's very attractive.
Even with the knife out of his chest, he's very attractive. Very attractive man.
Yeah.
Don't fall in love, con man.
It literally says that in the character description, and this is taking a left turn.
Okay. Yeah. So Pabst is just gonna be. So you're a menthol guy, huh?
This is
fair question, Nazi.
It's like I am. I like them. They're smooth, refined.
Yeah. I used to like them rough, but I'm open to new possibilities. Let me tell you guys something. I'm sorry, I cut you in line here.
At this point, the gas station attendant says, "Would you insert some sort of homophobic slur here? Get the fuck out of my gas station."
1970s.
Yeah.
New Mexico.
That sounds right. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. I think Pabst is going to turn and look at this motherfucker and just completely fucking ignore him and turn back and push the envelope a little bit and just say,
"Okay.
Tell you what. I cut you in line. Let me buy these for you."
I appreciate that.
Don't forget the coupon.
Apparently, it's 10 cents off everything.
10 cents off anything.
And who's his buddy?
The other guy's like wearing a cowboy hat, and he already had got his chewing tobacco, and he's just kind of like got it shoved in his cheek, and he's just like shaking his head, like
yeah,
disapprovingly.
So I still think this guy's hitting on me. So I go ahead and I'm going to pay for everything that they're buying at the counter right now.
At that, the other guy with the cowboy hat says, well, then hold on 1 second. And he goes over and gets a beer and comes back over and puts it on the counter.
And,
Rabbi walks up with a 12-pack of Bud.
All free with a 10-cent off coupon.
I mean, since you're buying.
sounds like we got all the makings of a party right here, boys. I never miss a party. What's your name, by the way?
Skyver. My friends call me Skyver.
Skyver.
It's right here on my cut.
No, I saw that. Gosh, I tell you what. We were just heading into town, coming up from the north here. What direction you headed?
By the way, in the background on the radio, we hear, if a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't
Fucking
I
bread.
paint you? I don't even know if that song was out, but I was trying to think of a good one for this, and that's the one. Anyway, what was the question? I'm sorry, I got distracted thinking of a song.
I just said, I saw you guys coming up from the south there. Which way you guys headed?
We're heading north. Probably be here for the night if you want to meet up later.
Well, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Where shall we meet?
I'm sure we'll be able to find each other. It's a small town. There aren't that many bikes. I'll probably be able to hear you from one side of town to the other. So I'm not sure yet. Tell you what, if we run into each other again tonight, then it's meant to be. He leans over, kisses you on the cheek.
Oh, really?
I love it.
I'm gonna
Turns and starts to walk out the door.
Paps does not flinch. But his knuckles,
penis does.
His fists do tighten just a little bit, and he just, I guess
That did not go how I expected any of it to go.
Me either. I knew we were gonna go off on rails, but I didn't expect this.
I don't feel like I learned anything from that exchange at all, except for that I think that this guy is hitting on me, and I'm obviously wrong about it. But it seems like, how could I be at this point? But maybe I've got an in here. I think I just let him go, and I turn to the rabbi.
Can I roll psychology on that whole?
Yes, please.
Sure, be my guest.
Please.
Sure. I've got another. You roll your psychology, Brian. You see Skyver and Larry come out of the gas station, right? And you see them walking out, and you see another woman that is pulled up and is filling up her car on the other side of the pump. And she's a young, attractive woman. And as he's walking by, Jeremy, what did you roll?
41 under 60.
You guys, you notice him look over and look at the lady's ass as she's bending over to get the gas pump in, and so he's kind of checking her out as he's walking by, and he whistles at her. So, Jeremy, I'm using that as an in-game way of describing. It seems like maybe he was into him, you know what I mean? But it also seems like maybe he's into her too.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, Adam? Mm-hmm. Because I'm looking at my sheet now and I'm not prepared here. Mm-hmm. I've got a sleight of hand of 70, and I feel like I went into that situation thinking I want to get something out of it. I wanted to see when he leaned in for the kiss. I wanted to try a sleight of hand just to see if I could search his pockets or to see if I could just snag anything off of him without him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
If I got anything.
It's a perfect ploy. You're just exploring his pockets.
I got a 50. I got a 50, and that's under my sleight of hand of 70.
Right,
so
right.
Regular
this is
old
an opposed
success.
roll.
Okay.
So that's a regular success. And that's actually how opposed rolls are resolved, is who gets the better success. So if he gets a better success on his roll, then he would notice that you're, trying to grab something out of his ass, basically.
For anyone not familiar, Dan is constantly trying to do sleight of hand in our podcast and fails notoriously. He's always fucking failing.
But he's got a really good score right now with the 70.
He did.
Like,
but it's opposed. The record is.
I felt bad because the story moved
Failure.
along, and then I was like, no, I want to retcon it, but I'm just like, I'm trying to read my sheet at the same time.
All right, so retcon, flashback. So as you were like, let's say reaching for his back pocket, right? Like his hand grabbed your hand and like put it like right up against his ass.
Our fingers entwined, and they just kind of like
so like he kind
lingered.
of blocked your pickpocket basically.
Got it. Yeah.
And okay, I was rolling his charm on you.
Oh.
He got a success on it, like a
Well,
normal
obviously, yeah,
success. He's a very charming fellow.
obviously,
Moisturized hand.
yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great like flashback cut too. Is it's like it cuts back to him kissing your cheek, and you're trying to like reach in his pocket, and he like grabs your hand and like puts it like right up against his ass.
Waft like aftershave,
Perfect.
pleasant aftershave goes in your
Put your hand
nostrils.
in my back pocket.
And then you see the two of them go back out, and they're out there talking with Gestapo and the other biker for a little bit, and they're just basically at this point it seems like they're waiting for you guys to get away from the pumps. At this point, like
Okay.
So what
Well,
are y'all
Holler's
doing?
still waiting on the rest of them to come back outside. So he's still talking to him. So the second time that I got probed, like the ship was super silent, but the probe itself was like a 2-cycle. You know what I mean? Like bam, 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 bam. So you know what I mean? The ship was like super stealthy, but the actual probe itself was just loud as could be.
They call them silver bullets in the military.
And the second time that I got probed, Poe was there too. And Poe is his actual little terrier, and he pops up out of his tiny shirt in his vest, and he's got a tiny terrier named Poe.
With him right now?
Yeah, he hangs out in his shirt.
So, Brian, while you're talking to him, like you notice that guy Skyver like leans in and says something to the guy Gestapo, and the whole time you've been talking, that guy with the shaved head and the beard and the handlebar mustache is just like staring at you. You can't see his eyes because they're behind these sunglasses, like dark mirrored sunglasses, you know. And so you're just kind of we see your reflection of, you know, the reflection of you in his sunglasses jabbering on about getting probed by UFOs. And he's just like, he's not nodding, he's not shaking his head, he's just like staring directly at you. And then the guy Skyver like comes up and it's like says something in his ear. Do you have listen at all, Brian?
Yes, I do.
Roll it.
I'm just imagining Holler jabbering,
I got
and
a
his
38
jabbering
out of 35. So
fades into
that's a
nothing, and he
fail.
can listen as he's talking.
Yeah.
Just like fades like he's
obviously,
underwater.
He's jabbering too much and doesn't hear anything. You said 38 out of 35?
Yes, 38 out of 35.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. And we just,
Oh yeah, and Holler is totally unfazed by the whole thing. He just is still going on. Like this guy, he feels like this guy is hanging on his every word by the fact that he's not responding at all.
Raleigh's confirming everything too. It's true. He couldn't ride his back for 2 weeks. His ass is so sore.
and you notice Skyver and Larry the Boot sit back down on their bikes and they're kind of like looking at you and they're like, oh man, no shit, dude, that's crazy, man. Oh, I feel like we missed the first part of this story. This seems like it'd be a really good story, man. And
oh, we catch you up. He's just getting probed by. Go ahead, Holler. It sounds like they want to know the whole story.
yeah, go ahead, Holler. Tell us the rest of that.
But do you want me to
start
go
from the
back to
beginning
the-
again?
Do you want me to go back to the first time I got probed or the second time? The second time, it wasn't
first time.
silent. It was like a 2-cycle engine.
Matt, we missed the first time. We're back to the second. Tell us about the first time.
There's
Well,
the
the
McDonald's.
The first time I got probed, I got winded in gym class.
All right, we're back on his sunglasses, and we just like zoom in on Gestapo's face as he's talking. Go ahead, Brian, keep talking. And we zoom in and we see him jabbering in Gestapo's reflection.
I got the heat stroke, and then I woke up and I had been alien probed.
And we end right there. For the first episode. So.
Got winded in Poor dude.
So that's where we're gonna. That seems like a great cutaway point, by the way.
Beautiful. We got romance,
Tune in next time to see how the rest of this plays out.
alien romance.